Wise Guys continues coming up here in just a second. Scott Gearhart's going to join us live from Oregon as we get set for BYU and Oregon on Saturday at Autzen Stadium. We remind you, BYU Sports Nation Game Day coverage starts at 1:30 Eastern Time. That's 11:30 Mountain on Saturday on BYUtv. Blaine Fowler, David Nixon, Brian Logan, Spencer Linton will be live in Eugene. I'll be there as well in our studio. Chase Roberts, had a great conversation with him. We'll feature him in the show. It's his week. He's the big man on campus. And then BYU and Oregon at 3:30 Eastern, 1:30 Mountain on Fox with the live postgame show back here on BYUtv. It'll be the fifth time BYU and the Ducks will meet on the football field, the first since Ty Detmer's Heisman Trophy season in 1990 in Autzen Stadium. Cougar Nation is strong in the Pacific Northwest. Scott Gearhart is the BYU Alumni Chair in that area of the world, and we welcome him to the Wise Guys tonight. Scott, thanks for joining us.
Hey, glad to be here.
There you are.
To clarify, I'm actually in Washington State, but I am the regional director, so I oversee the chapters in Washington and Oregon, about 9 chapters, and also Alaska.
Awesome. Wait, so now my question is that whole crew, like every place you just mentioned, going to go support the Cougs in Eugene?
Absolutely. You guys have seen it, right? Every time there's a game in Portland, what happens?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same thing. You remember last year in Pullman, we had about 6,000 fans there. Bulk of them were right here from the Pacific Northwest. We calculated about 1 every 6 people in the stands that day were BYU Cougar fans.
That's awesome.
In Autzen, is it harder to get tickets for BYU? Are they going to be able to get tickets? Can there be that type of representation in this environment?
No, unfortunately, with Wazoo, we had the luxury of the fact that they weren't being followed that well, and they rarely sell out. Autzen always sells out. They make available 1,000 to 1,500 tickets for opposing teams.
And that's about it. Now, are students in over there yet, or are they still out? Don't they start on the 27th, I thought I read?
That's a good question. I know California schools are a little later, but I don't know if the whole Pac-12 does that or not.
So let me ask you the same question we asked Sarah Watson, who's the alumni chair in the Tampa area. How exciting is it for fans for the football team to come to town?
Well, again, you'd see all the support that we give to the teams here in the Pacific Northwest, as we've done even when we played at UW a couple of years back in 2009. It's great when the players come here, and in particular, they interact with us after the game, high-fiving around the stadium and so forth. It's great because we support, we show up. And, the Pacific Northwest is a hotbed of alumni. I don't know if you know that there's 26,000 alumni in Washington State, about 18,000 in Oregon, a few more in the Panhandle. So huge numbers here. We'd love to see us more often. We'd love to see the BYU teams up here more regularly. But, whenever they come, we're there to support. This is a big stage. We're going to come. We're going to be loud. We're outnumbered 50-1. What can you say? But we'll give it our best shot.
Well, Dave and I have witnessed when at firsthand up when the Portland Pilots are playing BYU in basketball, how the BYU alum in that area, and you just mentioned those numbers, literally take that arena over. It's been really fun to be up and be a part of that.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times myself, and it's great to just watch the Portland fans watch us walk in and just shake their heads.
So, Scott, when were you at BYU?
Oh, man, you and I overlap. I was there basically post-mission 79 to 83.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there watching you in the stands. In fact, I got the 84 championship poster up here behind me, and right there, front row, dead center, number 16. We're looking over my shoulder every day.
I love it. I love it.
Blaine likes to be right in the middle.
No, I just like to be protected by big guys, and I have a couple of gigantic dudes sitting right next to me, a couple of O-linemen.
Huge guys.
And they grabbed me.
By the way,
they said, Blaine, sit right here. We'll protect you.
Yeah. And by the way, I was a broadcast major also. Unfortunately, on the way to the Broadcast Hall of Fame, my hair all fell out. You had to have hair back in the 80s, so I switched to public relations.
I love it.
Scott, what kind of activities do you have planned for the BYU alumni in and around this game?
Well, of course, there's the tailgate party, which is going to be 9:30 that morning. Game time is 12:30. We'll run the tailgate from about 9:30 to 11:30. It'll be at the baseball stadium, which is right across the street from Autzen. And I mean, closer than our baseball stadium is to LES. You can literally walk across the street. And we've got it in kind of the enclosed area there. So if there's rain, which I doubt it, we'll be there. We've got some gourmet waffles for everybody to eat.
Nice.
That are kind of savory or sweet. They've got different toppings. For entertainment, we've got, the ball toss and cornhole. We've got face painting, so you can literally get your game face on.
Nice.
We've got poster making. They actually allow posters in the stadium, I think 2x3 in size. So that gives everybody a chance to write some pithy thing that they can put on their poster and maybe get on Fox TV on commercial breaks or something like that.
Be creative, folks. Be creative.
Yes, exactly. And then, of course, we've got some entertainment. We're going to have Cosmo. We've got President Worthen's going to be Cosmo, the cheerleaders. Right. President Worthen, also Chad Lewis, Tom Holmoe. And actually, I'd like to go out on the limb like I did with a lot of young women in college and ask them on dates. Guys, can we have you come over just for a couple minutes? Come on, 9:30. It's right across the street.
We'd love to. We're going to be in studio here in Provo, but Spencer will be over there.
Spencer Lynn is going to be up there, and Spencer could probably stop by if it times out right. We'll see if Spencer. We'll check with him and see if he can come over and stop by.
But even a bigger ask, there's a certain alumnus from Eugene.
Oh,
that
Danny.
We'd love to get a hold of.
Yeah, Danny, you're trying to get.
Yeah, if he went, I think he's still trying to move the Jazz roster around.
Wait, he's trying to sign an entire new roster right now.
But we see him quite frankly.
All work and no play makes for a dull boy. We got to get him up there for the
day.
What?
So we'll find out if he's going to be up there or if he's got too much going on. It's so funny because I think Michelle thought that he was going to be retired, right?
Right. Well, when he retired from the Celtics, that was going to be
that was going to be retirement. They were going to just spend time with family, follow the Cougs. That didn't happen. Dan, he can't sit idle. He just can't do it. The competition, he's just got to be in the middle of it. And so now he is, along with Ryan Smith, our good friend Ryan, is just rebuilding the Jazz. And I know that they're, as you can see if you're watching the news, they're really busy at it. So I don't know if Danny's going to be up there or not. That's his hometown. We'll find out if he's going to be up there. So
Scott Gearheart is the head of the alumni in the Great Pacific Northwest. There's always service projects around these games when the Cougars come to town. What are you guys doing?
Well, first of all, let me just give some information that we've come up with now a branding that is going to be used for all upcoming road games or tailgate parties, and it's called Cougs Care. I don't know if you got a chance to get that graphic that I sent over, but
it's up on the screen right now. Yep.
Created for just this event, and the particular event that we're going to be doing here is raising funds and raising items for refugee families. In the Eugene and Portland area, we have refugees coming from about 13 countries on a regular basis. They have a stipend to live on, but of course it's pretty minimal. So what we're looking for is contributions of diapers, wipes, and so forth, because they do often have a lot of children. But also the same group being headed up by Christy Parks, in fact, of the Portland area. She's been involved in refugee efforts for years there. And we want to make this an ongoing thing where BYU alumni can do the old, enter to learn and go forth to serve, and give those opportunities to work in the community and do things like help these refugees learn how to get groceries, learn how to use the transportation system, basic things that we take for granted. They're coming from a different culture, different language. It takes a little time. So we encourage people to bring donations of diapers and wipes or gift cards that can be used for those purchases, and talk to Christy about some opportunities to serve directly with people in that community.
That's so awesome that in BYU doing great things and our alumni around the world doing great things to help people. That's phenomenal. Some of our listeners and followers are asking some questions. First of all, BYU Sports Addict says, "Hey Scott," with exclamation points. So you must know BYU Sports Addict. I don't know what BYU Sports Addict's real name is, but he seems like a friend. And then Dr. Ketch asks, Scott,
one big family.
Are you going to have rain-free weather for the game? You mentioned it earlier, but we want to know if there's a guarantee of rain-free.
Can't guarantee. I don't even know if it'll be smoke-free. Right now, I'm sitting in a haze of smoke. But I can tell you this: historically speaking, the best time to be in the Willamette Valley is the middle of September. It rarely rains. Now, knock on wood, everything you got.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be okay, mid-70s, and I think the smoke will be blowing east, so we should be okay.
That'd be good.
For your tailgate on Saturday, can folks just show up and kind of sign up at the door? Do they need to have bought a ticket before? What do you want fans to know?
We're limited in based on fire code and so forth. We can only admit a little over 500 people. We've almost sold all 500 tickets.
Okay.
We do have kind of an option of buying food when you're there with your ticket. Other people can show up, but we will have to monitor head count. And as I said, pretty much we're at 500 right now. However, we do have some T-shirts that are for sale with a pretty cool graphic that's Pacific Northwest oriented. and that is those can be available kind of at the gate of the tailgate.
We're showing them
come
right
over
now.
there if you want to buy one of their shirts.
Nice. Yeah, we got the graphic up. Those are great.
So you got Pacific Northwest, PNW, and you got Y Mountain there. And
That's
you
on
got
the back and the
Sailor
Y's on the
Coug.
front. Yeah.
That's a good looking
Yeah,
shirt.
that's a takeoff of the Pacific Northwest logo that a lot of people have. Usually at the top they'll have a forest or mountains. Well, we combined it. We put Y Mountain in the PNW logo, and there we go. And then they often have Sasquatch. Well, we got our domesticated Cosmo with a sailor hat on, and that brings in the hometown feel for BYU. So it combines Pacific Northwest with our heritage at BYU.
That's great.
That's awesome. Whenever I see Sasquatch, I immediately go back to Mike Leach's former BYU grad, or a BYU grad, explaining whether or not Sasquatch exists. Nothing like Mike Leach.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh,
is that on YouTube?
You can YouTube
oh
it.
yeah,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
Google it, do Mike Leach on Sasquatch and you'll die. He's hilarious, and he takes every question like it's a completely serious question and asks it in a serious fashion, which is hilariously funny. Mike is great at that.
Scott, let's finish with this. 3 keys to a win for BYU on Saturday. Lay them on us.
As usual, you got to start fast. Try to keep the crowd out of it. They are loud. I mean, they have record decibel recordings there, fans. So we got to start early, score. I think special teams have really got to step up. I think that may be the difference maker. And I got a good feeling. I think the special teams are going to step up this time. And I think quarterback play, I think Jaron's going to be the guy who's going to make it all happen.
Awesome. Yeah, you know what? You said take the crowd out early. Brandon Ogletree, former middle backer, said the exact same thing. So we got a theme here. Take the crowd out. Jump on them early. I agree with that.
Hey, we've got a quick note, Scott, from Emily Bass. Said, tell Scott the Tri-Cities area is considering having him do a fundraiser for Cougs Care, being a dunk tank, $5 a shot. You're gonna have to.
I'm willing.
You're gonna have to come to terms with that.
Get out there to Richland in that area and Kennewick and go help them.
Yeah, the Basses replaced me here at the Kennewick chapter, so I'll be happy to do that in the wintertime. I'll do it in the winter.
Wow, that's
Awesome.
next level. Hey, have a great weekend with the Cougars out in your neighborhood.
Thanks.
I'll be up there cheering.
Thanks for joining us, Scott.
All right, thanks, guys.
Good luck. We appreciate all you do for BYU alumni up in that area.
Glad to do it.
Thousands of them.
Yep.
And we'll look for you in the crowd cutaways on Fox on Saturday. So wear something blue.
That'll be me.
Scott Gearheart, thank you. Live tonight from Washington and that whole area getting ready for the game on Saturday. The Cougars are 12th in the country, coming to town with a chance to make another statement.
And it sounds like Scott's out in central Washington, but this is Washington, Oregon, Alaska, that Pacific Northwest region of the Cougar Club, and sounds like they're supporting it in a big way. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like Oregon gives that many tickets to the opposing team.
Yeah.
So
BYU fans find ways, though.
Oh, they do. You know,
They find
BYU fans
ways.
are very, I don't know, what's the word? They'll go and find them on the secondary market. And
It's like water. They can't be stopped.
they creep in. Next thing you know, there's royal blue.
People look around going, how'd you get in the
There's
game?
royal blue dotting that stadium. And nothing makes Oregon fans worse than royal blue dotting that stadium.
That's right.
So do your best, folks. Be resourceful.